2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Last game for the Bucks, they picked up the W against the Thunder. They're at the very bottom of the barrel of the Eastern Conference standings. What a struggle it's been for them. Anytime things have started to look up, something else has gone wrong. And with a little bit of time here before tip-off, I'll kick off a topic. Defense, as we know, a key to winning basketball. Kenny, talk about the hallmarks of a great defensive team.
Well, first there has to be an anchor in the back. And if you have an anchor in the back, then all of a sudden you can start with containing the basketball and denying those open lanes, because you know if they try to get to the rim, the anchor is back there. And after that, it's all about getting your hands up and making sure you contest every single shot.
And your anchor has to be a great communicator. He has to talk, help his teammates, make those extra plays like, hey, move, slide your feet, Ernie, pass the ball, give it back to Kenny, hey, watch out, he's cutting through.
You got me moving, you got me moving.
Communication's the big key, Ernie.
You see, he was the anchor and I started moving.
Hands up, Kenny, slide down, yeah, rotate, oh, yeah, get the three.
See? Yeah. As soon as he started talking, I just went. It just, man.
Two great defenders right there. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
On the road and hungry for a win against an Eastern Conference rival, the Milwaukee Bucks are ready for this thing to get started. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Noche Latina, the NBA's celebration of the Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's on the road tomorrow as the Bulls wrap up this home stretch. And at sixth place in the East, they're a team that's not quite in that top tier, but when they put it together, watch out.
And offensively as well as defensively, guys, they've been the better team in their first two meetings. I'm sure they know that a sweep of the season series is a real possibility.
Thus far, they've been able to respond to everything these guys have thrown at them. And as you said, they've been the better team. I mean, it's a favorable matchup, and I think they'll look to take advantage of that one more time tonight.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Bucks. At the 2 and the 3 are Mayo and Parker. Antetokounmpo out there with Miles Plumlee. And it's Bayless in at the point. And Butler.
Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. Got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself, because I could never throw it down like that, but I will say it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. McDermott kicks to Butler. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Antetokounmpo, that's good.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their fourth shot of the game.
And guys, the Greek Freak really improved his numbers across the board last season. Giannis was up in every measurable category except three-point percentage.
He's really improved his shooting, though, overall. The three ball still eludes him a little bit here and there. But what I like, Kevin, is his aggressiveness. That's what's making the difference in his game right now.
And the Bucks with possession here after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Parker left side. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
Tell you what, guys, his size really comes into play when there's a rebound battle going on.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this?
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Here is Parker after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. It's Drummond with the rebound.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher.
Look at that. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
So it's the Bucks now after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Plumlee with the screen to the inside. Off the pick. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Rose attacking.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
And he sinks the second. Bucks trail by 6. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Bayless kicks to Mayo from downtown. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. Mayo's got his first 3 points of the game. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach, but I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
Here is Bayless after the Bulls pick up 2. Rose with the block, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. They set the pick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Bulls shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Guys, strictly in terms of their percentage, their free throw shooting has deteriorated a considerable amount since last season.
Milwaukee making a switch here. O'Brien's checked in. Parker passes to Antetokounmpo. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
Rose with the ball. What a tremendous game he played against Houston. Mirotic has a wide open look. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
They really look sharp here. Razor sharp. Extremely focused.
Mayo kicks to O'Brien. Goes back up, and the layup is good.
Well, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Monte Ellis, he's checked in for Chicago. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Middleton's checked in. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I had a chance to catch up with Jason Kidd. His biggest concern seemed to be how to contain Monte Ellis on the offensive end. He said, quote, no matter where he is on the floor, he is a threat to score because he can get into the lane whenever he wants. We'll just have to try and get the ball out of his hands on the offensive end. We'll see if they can do just that.
And thank you for that, Doris.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Chicago making some changes. Splitter comes in for Mirotic, and Tony Douglas is subbed in for Rose. And then for Milwaukee, Wands checked in for Mayo. And it's Vasquez in for Jared Bayless. And O'Brien gets it to go.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Chicago leading by 3. Douglas dishes to Drummond. And Parker with the block. Knocks it loose. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. Since the break, he's come back strong, really making his presence felt. He's right around 17 points a night, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
And there's the call on Tony Douglas. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Vaughn. He's guarded by Ellis. Here's O'Brien. Offensive rebound. Vasquez, that's good. Vasquez has got his first basket.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Douglas for 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played for the Mavs.
Now here's Ellis. Jabari Parker unable to get his last shot to go. Shot from 12. Again, the miss by Ellis.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
And it's denied. And now Ellis running the floor.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and what a gut-wrencher it was for them last time they met. Ended up on the losing side in that one.
And, Greg, typically there's one statistic that jumps out at you when you're looking at what decided the game. And in that one, it was all about the rebounding battle.
Chicago making a switch here. Moore's checked in. And here's Douglas. Drummond, a screen. Douglas, the pass to Drummond. He kicks to Douglas. Moore dishes to Drummond, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Drummond's got 5 now.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Here is Vasquez after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Here's Vaughn. And Splitter pulls it down.
Most of the time, that shot will go down.
Oh!
And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
Yeah, you know, their lead's increasing, and they've got to be feeling better and better about the way this game is starting to play out now. So we'll see if they can close it out.
So it's the Bucks now. The Bulls getting the bucket. Vasquez. Milwaukee, no good that time either. We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter of the game. Here is Splitter. An 11-point game for him in the win against Houston. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
They time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
And that one's good. Drummond.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
Here's Vaughn, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
There's 31 seconds left in the first. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
For Chicago, they have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Jabari Parker. Good on both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Poked loose. Douglas with the steal. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical, dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
And another fast break for Chicago. Bulls running. Here's Drummond. No good off the front iron. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Bulls lead by 11. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports, and always exciting. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Bulls team out there.
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score, multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
Rose is out there with Etuan Moore. Then it's McDermott. Then there's Nikola Mirotic, and it's Splitter in at the center position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Now here's Rose. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Splitter, that's good. Splitter's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Chicago. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Now the dish to Mayo. Over to the wing. Clock at 6. It's deflected. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Kicks it down to Middleton. 14 feet away. No good. And it's Chicago the other way. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that will always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies. And share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. Ellis, he's checked in for Chicago. To the wing on the left. Misses off the left iron.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Mayo, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. That one on Rose. For Milwaukee, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Some changes for Chicago. Andre Drummond's checked in for Splitter. And it's Butler in for Doug McDermott. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Parker's checked in. Now, here is Mirotic. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Houston.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve. Effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
Now, here's Ellis. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Rose kicks to Ellis. Back to Rose. At the elbow, it's Drummond. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Ellis can't get that one to fall either. Parker with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. From 18 feet away, offensive rebound. Here's Antetokounmpo. Uses the glass to drop it in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 points in the quarter.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Kicks to Mirotic. Feeds to Ellis. Three-pointer. Milwaukee with the rebound.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Here's Butler. Inside, Rose. Misses in close. Here is Bayless, defended by Butler. Now Bayless. 9 points last game. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And he gets it to go.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And still, I don't know that anyone can define what Giannis's position is. It's kind of still up in the air. I mean, he's played mostly on the wing a season ago, and thus far, maybe that could end up being the best fit.
Here is Bayless, and they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. No one near Mayo as he lets it go. Here's Plumlee. And another shot. Rebound, Andre Drummond. Drummond's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Rose passes to Ellis. There it is, his 2nd make of the game. He's missed 5. Prior to last season, Giannis was experimenting with the point guard position for stretches during the summer league.
Well, you know, Kevin, he's just the type of guy whose size and length really allow him to guard every position.
True. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Antetokounmpo. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
Good. Just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay. Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fellas wearing the rim out.
Now, here's Ellis. 17 points for him last game against Houston.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the 2nd.
Rose attacking. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
A different look for Milwaukee. Johnny O'Bryant comes in for Plumlee, and it's Vaughn in for Jared Bayless. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Boy, he blew the easy 2 by profiling, trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
Here's Vaughn. Chicago grabs the miss. Drummond's got 5 rebounds tonight. Oh, and there's the alley-oop, and it's slammed in by Ellis.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Here's Vasquez after the made shot from Monte Ellis. Now here's Vasquez. He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma City.
But what stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score.
Tony Douglas is checked in for Derrick Rose. Chicago leading by 10. Ellis outside. Drummond sets the screen for Ellis. And there's the feed to Mirotic. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. 8 points for Nikola Mirotic.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Vasquez. Pass to O'Bryant. Can they get it? It's hauled in by the Bulls.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Chicago making a switch here. Splitters checked in. Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. Ellis kicks to Douglas. Second shot opportunity. It's deflected. Middleton against Douglas. Now here's Vasquez. Defense right on him. Parker with a clean look. Gets that one to drop. That's his third field goal in 8 tries. The Bulls leading by 11. Ellis dishes to Splitter. Can't cash in from close range. And the Bucks, they're shooting 35% so far in the second. They need to move the ball around more and find better looks. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Bucks have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
And on the topic of Doug McDermott, one of the most decorated college players in recent history, and Clark, you called a lot of his games.
Yeah, enjoyed watching him play, and I still think he has a bright future. Just never found any real rhythm. Averaged only 3 points a game, but he didn't get much playing time. So look for him to bounce back in the years going forward.
Mirotic against Parker. Mirotic passes to Splitter. 4 on the clock. And the Bulls with another miss. Bucks trail by 12. They set the pick. 1:05 left in the first half of basketball. Vasquez with it. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. To the paint. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
No clues where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And Milwaukee has possession. A 12-point game. To the wing right side. Here's Vaughn. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
He hits both from the stripe. The Bulls leading by 10. Down low. Here's Splitter, and it's blocked. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. There's the screen. There's the pass to Vaughn. He dishes it to Vasquez. 5 on the clock, all alone. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Up in time, and no good trying to get that one. And so that's the end of the first half. It's Chicago up by 10. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Monte, you guys had very active hands out there, and your defense seemed really to drive your offense.
We know if we get defense to stop, we're going to lead the offense. So that's going to be our main focal point is defense and get out and run.
Gotta love a fast-paced team, Monte. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
Well, it was an unselfish, team-oriented half of basketball. The ball never stopped moving. Their offense had a great flow to it. You're preventing anyone from getting lazy out there. They're always moving, cutting, knowing where they need to pass the ball, Ernie.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Milwaukee?
Well, they're facing a very hot team in the first half. I mean, guys are shooting the ball lights out. But you have to do more to get stops. I mean, tough defense is the key. And if you put pressure on the ball and more bodying up down low, that's going to establish more aggressive tone that might shut them down in the second half.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
The second half just about to get going here.
So under Antetokounmpo in this one. He's got 13 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, and that's just a small part of what we've seen, but it's been a solid contribution defensively.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, at the 2 and the 3 are Mayo and Parker. Plumlee out there with Antetokounmpo, and it's Bayless in at the 1 spot. The Bucks have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. Butler kicks to Rose, pass to Drummond. Dishes it to McDermott. Back to Drummond. Puts up the baby hook. Good.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
The Bulls have shot just above 55% of the line, going 5 of 9. And the free throw, no good. Bucks trail by 10. Mayo drives in. Bayless dishes to Parker. And it's sent back by Drummond. Rose passes to Mirotic. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got assist number 7 for him tonight.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
Now here's Plumlee. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Now here's Rose. Jabari Parker unable to get his last shot to go. Rose kicks to Drummond. Off the pick. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
So it's Chicago now. Butler kicks to Rose. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Reverse that one home. Now that was nice, real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control.
How about the power and grace on that finish?
Here is Plumlee after the Bulls pick up 2. Pass to Bayless. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. And Chicago has possession. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Rose double team. Down low, McDermott. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And from an offensive standpoint, they have just been stellar.
Yeah, really good. I mean, extremely well coached, fluid, efficient. Man, it's been a lot of fun to watch. The points just keep piling up because they've been such a well-oiled machine.
Rose dishes to Drummond. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Feeds it to McDermott. 5 to shoot. Kicks it to Rose. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. While we have a break in the action, now let's check out the league's best shooting teams. Number 1, the Bulls.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Well, we're into the 3rd quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Antetokounmpo. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his fourth foul of the contest. Ellis is checked in for Chicago. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo.
Well, the numbers since the All-Star break, here's how. How Chicago ranks league-wide. First in assists, third in fewest turnovers per game. And they also show up top 5 in team field goal percentage. That's excellent. Actually, that's elite level.
And how about that assist rate? Great chemistry offensively, playing with one mind, if you will, all on the same page. That's special basketball we're witnessing here tonight.
Now, here's Butler. 12 points for him. Ellis, the pass to McDermott. 6 to shoot. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Butler can't get that one to fall. In the corner, Mayo with it. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Yeah, good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
Now Bayless, following the three-point attempt by Nikola Mirotic, and Bayless kicks to Mayo. And it's Bayless in the corner. And Butler sends it back. They recover it. Another shot. That one off the back iron and out.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on, he's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park. You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
And the Bulls with possession. They're on a 12-4 run right now.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
And really, Clark, that's the way you get yourself back into the game. Key stops and then try to get out in transition for some easy ones.
And Drummond throws it down.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Bucks trail by 16. And Bayless kicks to Parker. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. Bayless has got his 4th assist in this one.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Splitters checked in for Chicago. Douglas comes in for Doug McDermott. Milwaukee also making some changes. Chris Middleton comes in for Parker, and it's Vasquez in for O.J. Mayo. The steal. 3-on-3. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Douglas. Now here's Vasquez, defended by Douglas, and good on the basket. Book it. Vasquez has got his second basket. The Bulls leading by 12. Ellis goes in. He feeds it to Splitter. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And here's Douglas over to the left wing. Just 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. Good on the shot. Douglas has got 7 points in the game.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Now here's Vasquez. To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint because those have been big.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Johnny O'Bryant, he's checked in for Plumlee, and it's Vaughn in for Jared Bayless. Ellis can't get it to go. Bucks trail by 14. There's a good screen. Vasquez, that's good. Vasquez has got 5 points now in the quarter.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Pass to Vaughn. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Chicago leading by 11. Butler kicks to Drummond. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And that's 17 points for Andre Drummond.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Douglas. In the corner, Middleton with it. Off target with his 3.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
That's good.
Three-point shot has been a real weapon for them in the second half.
Yeah, they've really done a good job of creating good looks from the outside, and now they've really got it going.
Now here's Vasquez. 7 points in the game. He tries for 3, and Splitter pulls it down. Splitter's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Now Douglas, 7 points in the game. Here's the teardrop, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. The kick outside to Butler. Clock is at 3. Back to Splitter. Near the three-point line, it's Ellis, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. So for the Bulls, Etuan Moore comes in for Ellis, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Tony Douglas. 1:36 left to play here in the third. Vasquez dishes to Antetokounmpo. The feed to Vasquez to the inside. From deep three-point range, no luck. Rose with some nice D. The Bulls leading by 16. Butler passes to Rose, and it's good. Rose has got 9 points.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Well, Chicago has gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Drummond in the post. O'Brien's there. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Chris Middleton. His last 10 games, he's averaging 7 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. It's stolen by Vasquez. And now here comes Vasquez leading the break. That's good. Vaughn's got 6.
Boy, Vasquez, man, what an example of tremendous passing skill.
Outside Rose. And it's off from three-point range. Bucks trail by 14. Middleton outside. Rebound by Rose. Here's Moore. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. This is his first chance at the line tonight. And the first one drops. And so Moore nails both of them. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Bulls lead by 16. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The Bulls leading by 16. We've got Mirotic. Ejuan Moore is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Splitter, and it's McDermott in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Bayless's shot is off. The Bulls shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. Moore with the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Goes up, and Rose throws it down.
Always some entertainment value when you go with the windmill jam.
Yeah, rim shaker and the wrist breaker.
Outrageous, guys.
Rose has gotten 5 shots to fall in 8 attempts. And Bayless kicks to Plumlee. Trying to find Parker. He's got it now. The shake. And he sinks the layup.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Rose attacking. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
Monte Ellis checked in for Moore. And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin.
Mirotic against Parker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good.
Oh, boy. Woo-hoo. Sweet move. Tough finish. What a play.
The Bulls leading by 20. Rose kicks to Splitter. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Splitter's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And this collapse we've seen by their interior defense, it's really the reason why they've struggled and are in such a hole.
Here is Bayless. He's covered by Rose. The dish to Parker. 13 feet away. And the call will be against O.J. Mayo. That's his first foul. Chicago making a switch here. Drummond's checked in. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. And finished off by Rose.
And, guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like you can.
Not at all.
Well, I tell you, I think his body control and concentration in the air are really unique.
And so it's Milwaukee with it. after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. The Bulls have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. Rose dishes to Ellis.
You know, another point of contention between every NBA fan is whether or not the age restriction is a good thing. Some want it increased, others want it gone altogether. You know, for me, it's a matter of whether or not you as a team feel that that player can make an impact on your roster.
And there are arguments, Clark, on both sides for the NBA and the age restriction it has currently right now. Having one seems to have helped the level of play overall, but I think there's some improvements that can be made.
Yeah, with the D-League coming into its own, though, Kevin, the discussion has opened up again. NBA teams used to not have a place for high school players. The D-League could serve in that regard now, but having a restriction is something that I think has helped the NBA. I actually would like to see it be 20 years old.
Me too. And he gets it to go.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Parker. Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Vaughn off the left rim and out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And it's Monte Ellis with the finish.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
Bulls have gone 7 of 7 from the field to start the final quarter. What an amazing start. Douglas the pass to Ellis.
Chicago foul call. Shane Whittington. That's his first personal foul.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Now here's Ennis. He's guarded closely. Novak misses.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Here's Marble. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And around the NBA, there are some who want to redo how the NBA lottery works. They feel it punishes teams for trying at the end of the season and instead rewards others who maybe aren't doing as well.
So he gets them both. You know, Clark, losing teams handling losing with an eye to the future. It's a slippery slope and a very tough situation, not only for teams, but the league to try to figure out and rule on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Well said, and I'm not sure what the answer is. I kind of like where we are with the lottery system, but it's something to reevaluate. I don't think it needs to be tinkered with at this point.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Ellis outside. To the paint. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Vaughn. It's blocked, and they're able to recover. And that one's good. The Bulls leading by 23. The pass to Whittington. Ellis outside. Shot clock at 6. He kicks it to Marble. This one for 3. And again, Chicago. No good.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Novak kicks to Copeland. Misses the 3. For Chicago, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. They get a hand on it. And now here's Ennis, the fast break opportunity. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Now here's Rose. He dishes it to Mirotic. Fires the three. Cannot hit. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Bucks trail by 21. Here's Mayo. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And the Bulls with possession. Outside Rose. Double team on Rose. Looking to end the drought. Nice shot by McDermott.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
The Bucks shooting about 42% so far. Here is Bayless. He's covered by Rose. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
For Bayless, it was his 6th team in 7 years last season. A good utility combo guard to have. He can score, he can make plays for others. He's really defined his role in this league.
Both free throws good from Bayless. Talking about Jared Bayless, some thought he would be a star when he first entered the NBA, and he certainly had his moments, Greg, but inconsistency and turnovers have kept the lid on his progress.
Yeah, well, where I like Bayless is in spot plays. You need a lift, you need a spark offensively, you go see Jared.
Now Bayless, following the three-point attempt by Nikola Mirotic. And again, the Bucks miss. McDermott with it. Back to Rose. Rose double-teamed. And oh, here we go with Bayless. Nobody back. Drops in the breakaway layup. Bayless has got 4 points in the quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Now here's Rose. Drummond dishes to Rose. Down low, 5 on the clock. Here's McDermott. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Here is Bayless. 1:35 left in the fourth. Parker, right side.
And you know, the new court projection visuals, all the rage in the NBA now. Instead of having to use a screen over the court, they just project video and images straight onto the court. I think before long, you'll see it everywhere.
Those court projections you see in the pregame, we don't even have the best angle for them. They're so good.
Yeah, nice perk for those sitting a little higher up on those or those watching TV. It's about putting on a show and at the end of the day, entertaining the fans.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Splitters checked in for Mirotic. Etuan Moore comes in for Butler. Tony Douglas is subbed in for Rose. And then for Milwaukee, Johnny O'Bryant comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Vaughn in for O.J. Mayo. Bucks trail by 21.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bulls.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment to
Well,
him.
you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
Just breaking the spirit of their opponent 3 straight times this year. This win is going to give them a perfect 3-0 record. With only 1 game left to go on the season against the Bucks.
Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Drummond. He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
And he's good on the second. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here is Bayless, defended by Douglas. Passes it to Vaughn. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his third personal foul. At the line for the Bulls,
and he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second.
He needed to convert on all of those. Missed opportunities at the line are the last thing they need right now.
Here's Douglas. 24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's McDermott. Hits it from three-point range.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
Here's Bayless. Good.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
And here's Douglas. The three. Can't get it to fall. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire, and it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Well, his ability to get into the paint, get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.